Hello there, fellow humans. It is Tuesday. Look at that took a while. How's it going? Welcome. Now, as always, given that it's Tuesday, not doing tanker quests today, we're doing trying not to die and end up in tier 3. So, do we got anything interesting in here? We do not. We absolutely do not. We have the 116 here, which is not a worthwhile tank really at all. So don't bother with that. Anyway, I think I open my free crates. Cooldown booster. That's a form of pay to win there. I have no idea what that is. So let's go. Let's go with the Tiger 131 as always. Let's hope that I can end up in tier 10 today. Whole minute. It's interesting. That is interesting. Oh, now we got a battle. Finally! It has happened. Finally, the battle has happened. Hi, Brazil. Brazil Ball. How you doing? Welcome. How you doing? Alright. I probably should learn to drive. Oh. Yeah. Well, I mean, I've been playing an actual racing game the last week, so it's actually difficult, whereas this is just boring. Let's see. I need 25 up there. Okay. Just gonna do this. Hello. No. Everyone's looking here. That's lovely. And nobody returns anything. Beautiful. Let's see. Now those guys are probably gonna finish off the 131. Hopefully. I mean, if they can't win a 3-on-1, then I don't know what it says about them. I don't know what that says about them. Let's see. Finally, did it. Now, who is that camping back there? There's one tank that's in that corner. And then pretty much the rest of them are all here. Okay, good night, doing? They've been so far. Pretty good. How about you? Alright. Is that back there? Is that it's gotta be either the it's either the M4 or the Cromwell. It's camping up there, back there, down there. Probably 100. What does 100? Alright, there's the Cromwell. Yeah. This is the Cromwell. And he's stuck now. Poor little guy. Alright. Target P just fired. It's fine. And now, there's 3 of them dudes left. I can hold this angle. Go for Escapola. Yup. And now wait for the M4 to maybe peek. Probably not gonna peek. Yeah, just got the game running in the background. I'm interested in playing. Yeah. It's Blitz. We'll see. I mean, Blitz hasn't really done anything in the last 2-3 years. Mainly because they were preparing to sink the ship completely with Reforged. So until then, nothing's gonna happen really. Nothing's gonna change much. So... yeah. I do think that the Blitz pretty much is now declining permanently. Like, it might have a little bit of a resurgence here and there, but it's, say, not gonna be on a path where it's ever gonna do as well as it did during the pandemic, and it's also not gonna grow too much in the future. Right, because they've it's the same with World Tanks PC, you know, it's not dead, but it's like so slowly, it's like it's like an 85-year-old driving on the highway. You know it's gonna go boom eventually, but it's not quite there yet, you know? You still have to watch it go. But yeah. Let's see, we have a long time of queue here. I know which clan will win the Blitz Cup this year. I don't even know that that's happening. I don't even know about that happening. So, I remember when it was like a Twister Cup and stuff like that, and it was actual like semi, like they tried. I mean, Blitz was never an esport and never will be. But at least they sort of tried with like the Twister Cup and something like that happening right now. Oh well then. So, I mean, Blitz is not a game that's good at being an esport game because there's so much about it that is just luck. That it doesn't really suit itself well to actually be well. And I don't know if they changed the observing yet, but like watching tournaments, they always get observed like it's League of Legends instead of what it actually is. Right? So now you always have some guy YOLOing around the map with the top-down camera. Right? So it just doesn't... it's not nice to watch, in my opinion. So I never really watch tournaments because I just think like, I'm not watching League of Legends. Why would I watch that? This was amazing when the girl went to mountain. Yeah, but that's like the only memorable thing in however many years of Blitz esports. Hello, Diego. How you doing? Hey, why are you clippy? Type 58. Here we go. But yeah, I mean, honestly, I don't really follow what's happening in Blitz anymore. I have no idea what's going on. So I'm just, you know, when I get like tagged on Discord about something new, or you know, then I pay attention, but I don't really like bother, because you know, done it for plenty of time and Hey Damon, how you doing? And Wargaming with the Reforged once again proved that they don't have a fucking clue what they're doing. So... yeah. If you manage to make EA look competent, then... ouch. Alright. Clippy is a movement to process against the addicts. Right. Ah. So you got Clippy back out of the drawer. Cool. I mean, Clippy used to be like an sort of assistant. Well, I think it was for like Microsoft Word or something like that. It was like an assistant for that. Sort of like Siri, but as a paperclip. But they dropped it pretty quickly. So it's kind of funny that it's coming back. Oh jeez. I don't want to die to that. I do not want to die to that. Governments. Yeah, I mean, anti-consumer practices is how capitalism works. You know, you only have the value that you produce and that you consume. So that's never gonna get better. Unless you change this frickin' system. Yeah, I don't have a team again, that's great. Fuck. How much more to health? True. True that. Oh no. Why am I? What? Why? 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 Just why? I mean, I haven't even seen like a big stream on YouTube from Blitz because I'm still subscribed to the Blitz channel. Aren't they like streaming that stuff? Yeah, there's nothing on the official. What do you mean clan tournament? There's nothing on the official Blitz Wargaming, like the Blitz YouTube. There's no stream, nothing. A stream on YouTube. What the heck? Is it like qualifier matches that nobody cares about? I mean, generally, the only people that ever cared about, from what I've seen, is the players and the people that wanted rewards. You know, it's always like, when you have a genuine match happening, like, obviously, from other YouTubers, I never understood why they're... I mean, it's a great thing that people stream it on their own channels, but it's bad for the game, because it would make a lot more sense to have, like, the YouTuber that broadcasts the game goes onto the official channel and then it's like, hey, I'm the commentator, this is my channel, go over there. For example. But like decentralizing it, having 15 different people stream it is never a good idea and has never really benefited anybody, because the people that then join those YouTubers just to watch the tournaments, they're probably not gonna watch the other videos on that channel, so it's like, you're not really winning anything anyway, but you're pretty much just ruining the whole tournament experience because you have to subscribe to 15 different people that are certainly competent, probably, to like watch the matches and to follow them, right? And then there's maybe like 50 people watching, maybe 100. Yeah, so. And there's no big rewards, and sometimes there are rewards and there's still 100 people watching, so yeah. Honestly, no clue how I'm doing 2k damage here, but I am, and we're losing. So Yikes. Heading towards M2, like... Well, so far we're not going downhill in the tiers. Hi, Depressed Loner, how you doing? I'll stream on YouTube. I mean, maybe there's some YouTubers streaming it. I don't know. But see, that's the problem. You don't know anything about it. Just gonna hope to... Oh, that's that away. What are you doing? Mate, you're getting yourself wrecked. Mate, just throw his hit points away for I don't know what. Honestly, I would hate to die to the Store Emil, but I would also hate staying the Nashorn. So at least we can like go up a tier. So I'd be okay with that. So I'm just gonna face this guy, I don't care. No, my man. All right. Oh no, I'm gonna have to stay the Nashorn. I should look up the game on the tournaments. Okay. I mean, yeah. No. Let's see. I'm gonna go on YouTube. It was live. All the time splits live. Okay. Okay, this Diamond Cup. That's 12 people watching. Says the Russians. There's me. More Russians. Yeah. It's basically one tournament qualifier stream that I can see. And the rest are Russians, and then there's me. So, from YouTube, pretty much. What's that? Clippy. Let's see. I'll look into it. 2.6K. Yeah, backwards. How you doing? Prove your skill. 15 million. Well, I mean, it's not really. Clans show the best result. Improve your skill. Qualifying to most for the Echelon Championships, where they will complete for money vehicles. Up to 8 teams will advance to the professional tournament. Our top 5 team will compete for a 50,000 prize pool and title of defending champion. I mean, 50k prize pool. Not taken away from it, but I mean, 50k is quite a lot of money. But have one tournament like that once a year, and you have a 50k prize pool. I'm assuming regular split, which means 25k go to the winning team. It's basically, yeah, it's a 14th wage, but that's about it. You know, because if you've got 9 people that you gotta share that with, so you're walking away with like 2k, 3k, which is, you know, it's a nice thing to have, definitely. But is it worth all the effort? Probably not. Especially if only one team does that and all the teams have to put in the effort, so it's like, you know. Can't really call that esports, can you? Concept 1B or XM? Well, that's easy. Concept 1B, because the XM's uncool. I wouldn't even consider the XM. I wouldn't even consider the XM, so. I called it Wargaming Sports. Well, there was a Wargaming League in World of Tanks PC. Right? There was a Wargaming League in World of Tanks PC, and it had actual esports organizations, Na'Vi, Hellraisers, you know, quite a lot of esports organizations in there as well. But that folded because Wargaming, I think they lost like 20 million on it, something like that. I mean, lost. sure. Because it was a 7v7 format in a 15v15 game, and they were playing like attack defense. So basically they were playing a mode that wasn't played in the regular game. Which is dumb. You know, it's like, in Counter-Strike, you can play the exact same match that is played at the major. But in the Wargaming League, you had, you know, this weird mode that you couldn't even play, that was played there. Because, see, I mean, 7 people is already quite a lot for an esports team. You gotta pay a lot, but 15? That's not gonna happen, especially with the salaries of most esports these days. So yeah, they lost a lot of money on it, and nobody really gave a shit because it was a mode that nobody was playing really, and dead. And now they're doing it to Blitz too. So... I don't have a Predator, so I'll just have to play the next best thing, but I'm just gonna go for it because some guys over there are kind of losing. Hey Marky, how you doing? I didn't know. Oh. Uh-oh. Damn. We wanted to make it all the mother because I got my phone at home. Damn! How you doing? Welcome. We've moved to tier 6. 7. Okay, the M6 A2 E1, which in Wolf Tanks PC is a tier 8, so there's that. But yeah, it's like, I would love to see Wargaming do one of those tournaments, those like big tournaments, without there being anything rewarded for the viewers. You know, you don't get anything for watching. I would want to see the viewership numbers on that. Right, because pretty much all the big tournaments you can like win stuff and get giveaway stuff, which, you know, is nice to have for the players, but I would love to see the watcher numbers if they don't do a giveaway. That would be tragic. So, well, I mean, it probably wouldn't be because people expect that there's a giveaway, so they'll watch and then be like, hey, when's the giveaway? Hey, when's the giveaway? When's the giveaway? And then there's just not going to be one. So, it's just going to backfire. But yeah. What's your first tier 10 tank? Oh. The best and only tier 10 tank, the E50M. Well, it wasn't the best when I got it in 2014, but since they buffed the turret, it's... They try to nerf it, but it's still there. Uh-oh. I gotta do something because they're losing kind of badly back there. What are you doing? I just 268. Well, makes no sense to get a tank destroyer as your first tier 10, but sure. Is it how did that work out? Of course. Thank you for joining. How you doing? Uh-oh. Well, I mean, I definitely had a good day today, because in the morning I played Limo Ultimate, because basically the schedule resets every Tuesday. Which is why, maybe, tomorrow I will stream Le Mans Ultimate. Because this week, there's Le Mans in the wet. And maybe I'll stream that tomorrow, we'll see. But yeah, I was still driving Imola in the morning for last time. And I was second, because the guy... Like, I qualified first, but the guy behind me just was faster in the race for some reason. He didn't bother with qualifying. So, sure, I was second. But then he threw away himself like 3 laps before the end. I wrote GG in chat, and he's like, undeserved win, undeserved win. And then I watched the replay. He tried to overtake a GT3, he crashed himself out, and then a lap later he crashed again and reversed into a GT3. That was the funniest shit I've ever seen. See, this is called predatory. This is, you'll get at least 4,500 gold. See, here's the thing, at a wild discount, by the way, remember, that $29.95 never existed. Have you ever seen this bundle sold for $29.95? Don't think you did. This is called captive marketing, by the way, where it's basically what Jehovah's Witnesses do and what timeshare companies do, right? Like the shadiest of shady, where like you're basically locked in to the decision, right? You have to make the decision right now. Either you buy it or it's gone. That is scummy. Very scummy. Of course Wargaming does it. It's like, hey, they bought a book on predatory sales tactics and be like, yes, let's do all of them. I think they're pretty much doing all of them. That I know of, at least. So, and I know all of them. Almost. So, I also know that a T-71 is a dingleberry. The longer you don't spend money, the better it offers. Yeah, I haven't spent money since late 2023. The last thing I think I bought in this game was a Christmas box in 2023, and it feels fucking amazing. Alright. I think everyone's panicking at the game losing players. Yes, they are massively panicking. So, I mean, you saw how quickly they rolled back all the Reforged fuckery. You know, where they reworked the commanders, they brought it back, and then they were like, okay, let's just get rid of the commanders because everybody hates this, right? Like, the amount of rowing they're doing is just insane. You know, it pretty much shows the desperation that they're just, okay, let's do everything you want, but please don't leave. You know? But it also does show that Wargaming doesn't give a shit unless forced, which, I mean, is the case for every company ever. It's not really specific to Wargaming. You know, it's like chemical companies will dump as much poison as they're legally allowed to. You know? It's profitable. And the same with Wargaming, you know? They're gonna fuck you as much as they're legally allowed to. Or even more. So... oh no, I died to Stalin. Oh no. I died to Stalin. I did watch the Death of Stalin yesterday, so maybe that's the revenge. But it's a funny movie, by the way. So worth a watch. So let's see. I think we're gonna make saying bankruptcy in the future. Hell no. Hell no. Wargaming's not getting bankrupt anytime soon. Don't worry. The amount of crate whales that they still have is impressive. You know? So... They'll have a problem though with player numbers overall. You know, it's always kind of shows that Reforged, they're also giving up on this stupid server split, which is again, what game company does that? Where you need a different account for a different server? Wargaming, nobody. So, I mean, you can use your Steam account if you're on Steam. You could use it wherever you want. But, you know, if you want to change servers in Wargaming, hey, you have to make an entire new account and buy a shitload of tanks there. And now I have an NA account that's in Reforged, utterly useless, right? Because of the accounts being combined, they just, yeah, sit there. Right, so a lot of people will have, like, NA accounts or something like that that they will never use again, probably, because now they're just global accounts, and they're sitting there with stuff they bought to play on another server because, I don't know, they wanted to play with friends or something like that, so they had to get something on a different server. And now Wargame's like, oh, psych, you don't need that anymore. So, yeah. It's a good thing that they didn't get rid of crew skills. Well, they did get rid of crew skills. They had to bring them back because people were mad that they tried to get rid of them. You know, remember that. Wargaming wants to remove them. The player base wanted them back. Now, Wargaming thought to themselves that it will be more profitable to listen to the player base in that occasion. Right, that's what it's about, right? Because if, let's say, Wargaming was like, okay, we're gonna sell premium commanders, which they definitely had planned, right? I mean, I can bet you everything on it that if they would have gone through with the commanders in 2 or 3 years, you could have bought commander skins, right? You could have bought a, I don't know, whatever. They bought like an anime skin or something like that, and all right, they could have bought like a commander of a certain Blitz YouTuber, and that special skill would be called Big Black Cannon that improves your alpha damage by 20%. But yeah, they basically thought like, okay, we're fucked, so we're gonna give you the crew skills back. And because here's the thing. Here's the thing. Oh, there we go. You don't get anything. Oh, for free. Hi, Jen, how doing? What I made a tank commander, what would look like? Well, there wouldn't be one. There would not be one. But, yeah. There would not be one. Oh, gee, that bounced. Remove the torch. I think I still have the camouflage, so probably not. I mean, you know who also, to my knowledge, still has a press account, so Wargaming doesn't really concern themselves with, you know. Hi, David, how you doing? It'd be too expensive to buy. Nah. See, I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do that. So, even if they paid me for it, hell nah. Hell nah. Wargaming should always listen to the player base. It will make the game better and more profitable for them. Well, not entirely. Not entirely, because, you know, if the player base would matter, then they wouldn't sell crates. You know, they would still directly sell tanks. There was a time, and that was pretty much the sort of peak of Blitz, right? Where you could buy the first, like the first batch of superior premiums, like the T-54A2, like the Su-130, like the Scorpion G, like the 252U. You know, that first batch of premium tanks that weren't the IS-6 or the KV-5, that were worse. You know, you had these premium tanks that were generally better, and you could buy them in the shop without crates. Right? That is where Blitz peaked in terms of shop experience. Right? Where you had good tanks in the shop, you didn't have to gamble for them. But since then, now you have mediocre tanks. I mean, the last good tank was like the Type 63, I believe it was called. That Japanese one was pretty solid. Lol, this guy's awful. Like, this guy is terrible at this game. So, but that was in crates as well. So you pretty much now have vehicles that aren't better than things that already exist, but they cost 200 bucks. They cost you pay 200 euros. You pay 200 euros for a tank that's no good or not any better than the tanks you already have, like a T-77, T-4A2, MX-M4. Like, you know, you're not really getting much out of that at all. But here we are. Just need the one. You don't need the 116 because it's shit. Is that new, by the way? Or is it, did they release it in crates again? I don't think Mort would like his face to be in this game. That is accurate. Alright, Cloud, have a good one. We don't own the tanks, we just have a license to use them. Absolutely. 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 We got a new check tech tray. Was it that that like deep rifle tank destroyer? Yeah, well. I don't know. That's... But they're all the Czech mediums and the Czech tank destroyers. That's all I know of. Or is that Polish? I don't even know. No, I think that was the Polish tank destroyer, that deep rifle tank. I don't even know. So... yeah. It's not gonna save Blitz either. Dead. Ow. Well, there's Czech mediums and Czech heavies. I don't even know if there's others. I think so. Just going through World Tanks PC, sort of. Uh-oh. Kind of fighting everybody. So there's that. Ah! Well, I did 2k assistance damage as well. So, about to get smashed. But yeah. Like, I don't even know if this is a new tank. I think they've already had... I think this has already been in the game before. I don't know why they're really... Are they re-releasing this in crates, or is this new? I don't know. But it is not a good tank. I know that much, because I drove in it. I've tested that thing, and it's not so good. It's time to smash, smash, smash. Probably gonna die to a T6 in this vehicle. That'd be hilarious. Nope, same map again. It's the only tank I put the tank ranks on. The only one. Why? Because the tank ranks are an absolute pointless waste of space and time. You know, that's another thing, you know. People wanted gun marks, they wanted marks of excellence in the game. But Wargaming was like, you know what, that doesn't make money. So let's give you this crap. So... yeah. Alright, Tony, how you doing? Welcome. Is it €200 good? No. So the performance is not proportionate to the price in any capacity, and even if it's sold at a similar price to other more tenured tier 10s, I'd still pick something else over that.
We didn't even scratch them.
Alright. Send it over here, hold this position. But yeah, how you doing? Welcome. Most played tank on this account. I think it's still the Object 140. Because the Object 140 used to be kind of OP all the way at the start of the game in 2014-15. So I've played a lot of it, and I haven't really overtaken that yet. I haven't really gotten past that. I think the Grill and the E50M and the Leopard are pretty close to it. So, yeah. Remember when you need 5 stars connected in the game? Oh, you mean the I don't even know what it was called. Yeah, I mean that system was pretty useless as well. Because it was pretty easy to get 5 stars in the rating system. And there was... like, the consequences for having, like, 1 star were a joke, because you were still in the same matches as everybody else. You know, maybe you got banned for 3 days or something like that, but nothing ever came of it. God damn. See that IS driver port? Yup. That driver ain't happy. That driver ain't happy. Goodbye. Oh no, I don't want to die to that. Do not want to die to a Forest Witch. I don't want to die to a CDC either, because, I mean, it would upgrade us to tier 8, but wouldn't be fun. Bruh. Why would that ever happen? Yeah, I mean, on what planet is a tier 10 worth 200 euros? I don't know. Not this one. Because, how much is 20k gold? We're going to the gold section. Here. I mean, this is also a marketing trick. Right? But let's say 35 euros for a tier 10. 35 euros for a tier 10. How much better would a crate tank have to be worth it? Because this costs 200 or somewhere between 180 to 200 euros. Same with the lockboxes. So how much better would a crate tank have to be to make a price increase of not 1 time, because that'd be 60 euros, not 2 times, that'd be 90, not 3, that'd be 120, not 4, fucking 5 times as much. Right? What would make 5 times as much worth it? Nothing. What's in here? Object 260. Oh, Calibre. 18.5 for that! Oh, that's definitely gonna stuck. That's definitely gonna get stuck. Okay, let's see. I haven't looked at the auction. I don't care. But let's see. Salt Eater sold out. BZ, I don't know why that sold out. Charioteer sold out. Elephant, obviously nobody cares about that. The 7, it's kind of... But, I mean, 20k for the 777, that's a bit excessive, especially for an auction. It's just not a good price. But it's surprising that there's still that many left. You know, Kari, that didn't sell out for 5.5k is funny, because, I mean, the Kari's just not good. Shafuchu for 8k. There's a lot of people that think that the Shafuchu is really, really amazing, but it's fine. It's fine, but it's, you know... And then we got the wonderful doubling here again, which is definitely the coding man has definitely done a great job there. I mean, Blitz has been falling apart for the last 3 years, so not surprising there. Senlac, I mean, who the fuck would buy a Senlac, even for 5.5k? Barask, there were Barasks left? That guys, that really tells us how in a bad state the game is. There were Burasks left, right? There were Burasks left, and all of these, 13. Question: 13,500 for a Concept 1B, and 13 were left. Yeah, the game's in a bad state, right? Because the Concept 1B is pretty much one of the better tier 10s that's worth it, and 13.5k is a really great price for that. You know, I mean, if we look at the 777, that was 20k, so 13.5 is a damn good price for a Concept 1B, which is a very good vehicle. So they have some left. That's, I mean, the Chieftain 17 point. That's a joke. Get out of here. Like, fuck off. You know, selling the Chieftain for more than the Concept 1B when the Chieftain's significantly worse is a fucking joke. But, and the ship pack. So, also 5k and it didn't sell out. Like, it didn't even sell out with, like, people that were like, oh, okay, I'm collecting it. You know, Wargaming is in the shits. Wargaming is in the shits. Because they don't even sell that many from the get-go. I think, what is the starting amount? 1,500 or 1,400? So they're not really selling a lot of them, are they? Jesus, so I'm feeling kind of, or maybe everybody already blew their money on the crates, right? Because they wanted the 116, which is bleh, to put it mildly. So, that is hilarious. That is, I mean, Jesus. And we got the friggin' Object 260 for 18.5 now. And how does the Concept go to 13.5 but then trash like the 260 to, is that whatever. Like, the price is so random. It's so random. They don't even make sense, you know. They don't make sense at all. Yeah, the Borask is a very good tank. If you know what you're doing. I think people blew their goal in that Paul Globe event. That can be true as well, even though that was just literally the Christmas event again. Right, Wargaming's just... Okay. Remember back. What was the last event that Wargaming did that was genuinely new and revolutionary, that hasn't been seen before in pretty much the same form? We'll just wait for next year for the Concept, since I would have played it. Yes, true that. A lot of people getting the Concept for free. It's kind of weird that they're giving away that good of a tank, really. When trash like the 260 is just there. Well, the Tux. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you can see it with fun modes as well. It's like they make a new fun mode and then they beat the fun out of it. It's truly great, you know. Like they change abilities in a way to make the like most fun tanks not as much fun anymore. Like, yeah, you're doing a great job there. Doing a great job there, Wargaming, and obviously the now the reverting of the crew skills is just blind panic, you know, because they know they're fucked, and if they could have held on to the commanders, right, but then the game would have just been bleeding even more players. So they're now gonna attempt to unfuck the fuckery they got themselves into, which they wouldn't have been in if they would have just like done Reforged properly from the start, which said they didn't want to do because they don't give a shit about the player base and just want to make more money. So they didn't even ask the player base what the people wanted in the future. You know, you can just like ask a vague question and be like, hey, do you like the current crew system? Do you think it's too complicated? You know, just ask that. Sort of, you can like vaguely ask that, right? So, without hinting at too much, but, you know, they were like, oh, let's just spend 2 years making this, and then, oops, everyone hates it. Fuck that. Fuck. Oh, no. Oh no. 10v10 is close. Yeah, 10v10 is just too easy. Like 10v10 is just farming simulator, you know? You can just like farm people so easily, it's crazy. Oh look, I can do that. It's useless, but anyway. I think the Smasher is my... Where is it? There. 729 battles. But yeah. I mean, it kind of is obvious what kind of tanks I like, isn't it? So, except for the IS-3 Defender. This is the tank that I used a lot for grinding creds. That's why it's up here. Alright. So... And the IS-6. So look at that. This is the OG credit grinding tanks here. The IS-6 and the IS-3 Defender. So... Let's try photo one. Go back down to tier 6. Tier 6 with the VK36 away. Damn. It's in, yeah, 5v5 and I don't know. I don't play those modes, so. The guy that's on the Blitzstream just looks depressed all the time. You mean Tony? I don't know, maybe. And he works for Wargaming. So if he was depressed, I'd get it. So let's see. That's another thing, you know. It would be wise, because I do know Wargaming has people internally. It would be a lot wiser to have people moderate the English stream, but speak English at a native level. Don't have to be necessarily English, but like speak English in, you know, at a high level. But yeah, guess not. I suppose not. Let's get up the hill. Yeah, I don't know if that was a bug or if it's intentional, but I can pretty much put the pumpkin on any tank I want. It's just unlocked for pretty much all the tanks. It's kind of funny. Alright. Hello, hello, hello. Hello. Is that that might have been one of the longest shots I've ever taken in Blitz. 560 meters. Because that's about the diagonal of a map. Most maps. I mean, some are 500 meters, some are 560 meters. So you pretty much can't shoot longer than 600 meters because the maps aren't bigger. Come on, go back. I'm gonna switch to APCR because it's the fastest shell. Never mind. Oh, there's a boogie. Woo! 593 meters. Do you want to dance the boogie with me? Nope, he's pushing the Genu. Oh, there's the Basotto. Another meatball. Another meatball. What exciting gameplay. Yep, I'm a heavy tank sniping at 600 meters. Which is very realistic gameplay. Because that's how real life would have been. Maybe even longer than 600 meters. Where the heck did that go? Alright, it's got such a big head and it still went over it. It went over his big head. What a mission's completed. I know there's a KV2 somewhere. Somewhere, I mean, right there. Does he have the slot? Yeah, lol. LOL! It's a 107mm KV2. Blasphemy! 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 Yeet! There we go. How about that? I would like to go to higher tiers, though. That's kind of the goal of the stream, to get to tier 10. But I guess not. Who needs that anyway? Because queue times are also a lot less at the higher tiers. But hey. It's a life. It's my life. If I'm a 3K average at M50. Yeah. I mean, yeah, I think the average player quality has declined quite a bit. Especially like comparing 2020, 2021 with now. Scrolling away with my mobile. I mean, what do you want to talk about? What do you want to talk about? Because I know what I want to talk about. Because I'm doing that tomorrow. As in, Le Mans Ultimate. Life. It's short and we're all gonna die. So, don't worry too much. Where did it all begin? Well, with the Big Bang. That's where it began. Right? And it wasn't... I mean, it might have been Wotan or Zeus or Ra or Sobek or Quetzalcoatl. You know, oh wait, wrong century of fairy tales. Or Jupiter. You know, no, singular point. Well, the Big Bang wasn't really just like it happening at one singular point. That's not really how that happened. You know, it's just... Alright. Wasn't really like that. But... we've pretty much reached a point where we can, if we want to know something, we can find out. You know, we don't need to be like back in the day where you asked, how does lightning work? And you had to like invent a whole god for it because you couldn't explain it. So we were like, oh, there's a guy that does it. So, don't really need that anymore, but... The universe is probably gonna end at some point. Well, probably not end, but restart. So, yeah. The human life is essentially so insignificant that anything we do doesn't matter whatsoever. If we look at it, even from a solar system perspective, not even like a galaxy or a universe perspective, but just the solar system, whatever we do doesn't matter. Like those few piss bottles on the moon don't matter. So, no. So it's all like chill and have fun. 'Cause you can't do anything anyway. Alright. Oh, you can. Just a lot of effort. I mean, the sun is eventually gonna expand drastically and swallow Earth whole. So, yeah, that'll be fun. It's like 4 billion years though, or something like that. So just a little bit of time till then. Just a little bit of time till then. Got a KV2. Not even worth a pick a second time on our planet. Yeah, like modern humans in this way have existed for maybe 200,000 years. So crocodiles have been around for what, 50 million years? Like the difference between 200,000 years and 50 million years is 50 million years. So it's kind of crazy. Okay, let's try doing. How's our boy doing, by the way? If you ever think that you have played Blitz too much, no, you haven't. Still playing. I think he's still playing. What a legend. Someone wants to calculate how many games that is per day. Have fun. What's damage not even 6,000? I mean, mine is 7,033. And in the Object 140, funnily enough. Well, my all-time overall damage record is 8,200 and something in the M60. But that was before they implemented this most damage in battle thing. So trucks have also hardly evolved in that time frame. Yes, because they're perfect. I mean, the human brain has not evolved much in the last 5,000 years either. Evolution doesn't make sense to me. You have very little proof. We have overwhelming proof that evolution exists. Now, there's this fallacy in argumentation where you don't understand something, therefore you assume that the entire thing is not well understood. Right? You may not understand evolution very well, but we, meaning humanity, has essentially thoroughly understood evolution. And natural selection, for that matter. Right? Basically, very basically, everything's random, and out of that randomness, we were talking about mutations here, it's all random, and out of that randomness, whichever thing adapts best to the current, also random, environment, gets to live. So yeah. There is very little targeting goal. I mean, the only goal there is really in natural selection is live. Right? It doesn't matter how badly. All you gotta do is live. That's it. There is no further goal beyond that. What was that? What do you mean? There is no bridge. There's no bridge between what there is. So there is. Basically, you have to understand it as a sort of tree, right? Where, like, basically humans and bees are on the same level of evolution. You know, one species isn't better than another, right? In that regard, it's like, are you currently alive? Yes. Will you continue to be alive? Also yes. Congratulations, you've won evolution. Right? So that's all there is, you know? So there's not like any higher species or lower species. It's just, are you currently alive? Are you alive tomorrow? Cool. Congratulations, you're done. And that other stuff like food pyramid and whatever. No, that's not. But that's secondary. You know, like a lion isn't suddenly a more evolved or better animal simply because it eats gazelles or something. You know? Because if the lion goes extinct before the gazelle, then guess who won? There's no bridge fossils or between species fossils. There are plenty. There are plenty. There are plenty. There are a lot. Now, another thing is about fossils is that, of course, the only fossils we have are the ones we already found. There are probably thousands of species that we don't have any fossils of because either they're, I don't know, hidden somewhere in the deep end of a mountain, or there simply aren't any fossils from that species. Doesn't mean they didn't exist. You know? So, we have plenty of bridges between the different types of animals, and those that we don't have, we just don't have them. You know, here's the thing. This is like, that's the problem, right? Just because you don't have an answer doesn't mean that you have an answer that you like. You know? Know what I mean? What about the rule that non-living things can't come from living things? We can create, in fact, we can create living things from non-living things. It's not a rule, really. There is, in the 1950s, there was the Urey-Miller experiment, where they essentially created amino acids from nothing. Well, not nothing, but, you know, other types of molecules. What essentially happens is that what you are is a gigantic chemical reaction, right? Everything in your body is atoms held together, right? Right now, if you hold your hand like that, there is atoms going in and out of that, right? You don't see that, you don't notice that, but there are, right? So, the entire being that you are is essentially just one entire chemical reaction. So if you put enough non-living things together, you can eventually create something living. It's like how if you take metal, right, and if you put metal together, you can eventually create an engine. And the metal itself doesn't create any sort of power, but if you arrange the metal in a certain way, you can suddenly make power with it. Woo. You know? Yeah. It's pretty much just bacteria eating volcanic soup at the bottom of the ocean. So, yeah. You can very much make living stuff from nothing. So, well, not nothing, but organic matter. As long as you have carbon, you're fine. So, which keyboard to use? The Logitech G something. Hold on. G815. The G815. They're all ghosts driving meat bags with bones. Can't remember where I heard that. Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. I mean, like, let's say you do, like, just lift up your hand and put it up and down. How does your hand know to do that? Right? Is it magic? No. It's just a very basic pipeline of signaling that happens to be connected to that thing. See, my atoms, they are pretty... Yeah. Sounds very from light. I want to eat some volcanic soup. Give me the soup. There. That's why it's called the theory of evolution, right? Like, in science, a theory is pretty much the highest level of confidence in a thing that scientists can have. Right? So it's just a theory is... No, it's not just a theory, because a scientific theory is like the highest... It's like the gold medal of science. Once something's a theory. Because you never have anything figured out 100%, that's impossible. You know, you can never... Science is basically trying to figure out, trying to do shit and then figuring, okay, that doesn't work, that doesn't work. Okay, that might work. Okay, that doesn't work, that doesn't work, that doesn't work, that doesn't work. Maybe, no, okay, that doesn't work either. It's like being wrong 50 million times in the hope that maybe, sometimes, something works. Good soup, absolutely. Yeah, but that's kind of the problem, because people like absolutes. And not much is absolute. You know, it's like, if you have a problem, you want an easy solution, right? If you can, like, I don't know, maybe your, I don't know, your toilet is leaking. Whatever. What's the simple solution? I don't know. Blame some brown guy and deport him. Because why not? It doesn't solve the problem. It's not the cause of the problem, but maybe you'll feel better. You know, it's like... The human is quite dumb. Considering how smart it is. I still find it amazing how electric signals may be a reason. No, barely. Barely. I mean, it's how computer reasons as well, sort of. I mean, it's... Obviously, computers have existed for less than 100 years. Humans have existed for 200,000 years, so we have a little bit of an advantage there. But, again, you have an electrical signal. What can you do with an electrical signal? You can turn it on, you can turn it off. You can turn it on, you can turn it off. So... Those are the two basic state. It's there, it's not there. So... Yeah, well, what's our biggest downfall is that we are able to reason. Well, not entirely, I mean... It wouldn't be the downfall of, like, crows or dolphins or chimps. But it will be ours. Alright. Here we go. Binary 0 and 1. Yes. I mean, with 8 pairs of zeros and ones, you can already do 256 combinations. So... Oh, there we go. Actually, start the Tiger 131. That's my start tank for this type of stream. All the time. Every time. Oh, lol, that guy sent it. 4! What's that? Okay, I'm gonna continue with this vehicle. But yeah. Where this thing's gone, I have no idea. I have no goddamn clue. Probably 90. Maybe. Or 76 or something. It's somewhere there. Than 5v5. Nah. I think 5v5 is a terrible mode. Together with realistic. Which isn't realistic at all. No, there's two. Now, how long can I sell them? The fact that I'm alone. Well, how long can these two guys take to arrive? I mean, it's kind of sad that most of the fun modes aren't as fun anymore as they used to be. So it's a bit sad. Like, they got a lot more competitive and a lot more clean compared to their beginning. Let's see. Goodbye, goodbye, we win. We win, lads, we win. We win. I think this is a solid tank. I don't think I've ever played it. Maybe once or twice before, but that's the point of these streams, you know, the tank requests and this is to just get to play tanks that I never would play on my own. I mean, don't play Blitz anymore, but it's still fun. The only person that makes fun is fun as it goes. Yeah, I mean, if you're playing it in a platoon with someone and you're just sending it, then yeah, absolutely. Hello, little guy. How you doing today? Oh, I'm stupid. And he's gone. Out. Ah, yes. I don't know why I didn't do this sooner, but there we are. Super Hellcat. I'm gonna start doing the good fun mods because people make 2.6p, which is kind of funny. Because in World of Tanks PC, I have grinded. I have 13,000 battles in World of Tanks PC. Guess how many tier 10s I have? 35. Why? Because in World of Tanks PC, I still have 200 left. But I've had over 1,000 times 5 missions. So in those 13,000 battles, over 1,000 of them were times 5 missions. Right? From like 5,000 battles to 11,000 battles. That... Fuck, it's Blitz. It all takes time. Nah. I'm not talking about Adolf Trumpler today. Let's see. It's a tier 7 battle. How you doing, Bears? How you doing? What's going on here? What's going on here? Uh-oh. I would like that Black Prince to move up, because if he does, we can have some good stuff going. Can have some good stuff going here, you know. Just for Tiger 2. I mean, I don't know if it still does, but it used to have very good armor. But try to angle it sideways. Like, you pretty much angle all the Tiger 1, the Tiger 2, the E75, angle it the same. Basically, gun, if you point your gun at the enemy, and your gun is over your front track wheel, that's the angle you want. With like a Tiger 1, Tiger 2, E75, E100. That's the kind of angle you want there. On your hull. And obviously wiggle the tank. You know, keep the turret moving back and forth. If you're not shooting at anybody, you might as well wiggle the tank, you know, don't just sit there and don't move. Because you'll just give the enemy free shots and free aim. Because the longer the enemy hesitates, the more they miss, the bigger of an advantage you'll have. So, yeah, don't really have much mobility, so don't bother with that. Alright, okay, you can have a good one. See ya. Shit. Better, why broke the ice maker wash and dry all 1 week? What the hell? How'd you do that? Why does ice maker exist? Because Americans. So... Let's see, because a lot of the people that moved to America were people that Europe didn't want to have. So, like, imagine the amount of people you have to be if the English say, not you, you're gone. So, things happen. Alright, and obviously you do need the ice. Every time you shot yourself in the balls again. Ho ho. Ho ho. Ho ho. Ho. Oh no, I'm not a furry. I ain't no furry. I ain't no goddamn furry. I don't even know if I have that. I don't think I have that tank. What are the best bonds tank in what? What? What do you mean bond tank? Like premium tank? There's bonds in World Tanks PC. I don't know anything about those. Hi, Becca, I don't. I don't know. I don't know about that. Yeah, have a good one, Bears. Yeah, I don't know about World Tanks PC, man. Ugh. It's Blitz. You're good. I'm good. I spawned this James. There is no James Bond special event anywhere in Blitz. You know? That's weird. Alright. It's American. It's not American bashing, it's English. It's the English bashing. Which happened to become Americans later. So... get them facts right. Alright. One more, I think. Yeah, I should. Ay. Oh no, why are we got camping? Oh Jesus. Why do we have those camping dudes in the back? That's wild. That's fucking wild.
Переход контужен. Скорость движения и поворота снижена.
Okay. Oh, nope. Peaky Blinders, what? How? How did that happen? How did that happen? I mean, it would make sense if they finished the movie. Which I don't think they did. If that's ever gonna happen. I don't know.
Противник уничтожен.
Might not. When we're at... Why? Question. I didn't know Birmingham is in France.
Скорость снижена.
So why is the, like, style for a... Yeah, okay. I don't get it. It makes as much sense as the existence of America. None. Alright. Why does... I mean, you have the Centurion Action X. Right? You have the Super Conqueror. Huh? So why do you take the... Like, it doesn't make no sense. I'm gonna suffer now. I'm gonna suffer now. I'm gonna frickin' suffer. I mean, the only thing I know about World Tanks PC Bond tanks is that it's got like that weird KV4 thing, like KV4 tank destroyer, which is awful. But I don't look at the Bond tanks. I mean, the last time I played World Tanks PC was the tank racing event, and yeah, I streamed that. But since 2023, I pretty much haven't played World Tanks PC at all. Except for Christmas events, like 2022 even, I think. Pretty much just play World Tanks PC for the Christmas event, and then I don't touch it again for another year. I've probably played like maybe 500 battles in the last 4 years in that game. So, uh-oh. I mean, I do know that you can buy the 113, you can buy the 62A, you can buy them for credits. So, that's interesting.
Main gun damaged. We've lost accuracy. They're hit.
But, yeah.
Enemy armor is
Quetzal Boy is kind of losing. My face hug him. Why are you in the water? Why are you under the water? Why are you under the water, my friend?
enemy vehicle.
Quetzal's not new, and as you can see, it's also not good. Uh-oh.
Nice shot.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
He's gone. Find us another target.
Okay, I'm gonna try to go for the Pantera. Uh-oh. been a long time. I've concerned myself with grinding stuff in Wolf Tank's PC because it's the point at this point. That game's also going down the drain pipe. Probably even worse off than Blitz. I mean, Blitz is probably gonna do well for another 5 years, maybe, unless Wargaming just completely nukes it. But Wolf Tank's PC is like, ouchie. They're a bit dead. Maybe I want to die, actually. Dang it. Why did I fight the Progetto? I have to play this stupid game. Why? 909. 9. Nino. Right. Let's go on there.
Let's get this show on the road.
Oh, I'm spooted. I'm playing this like a medium, because not because it's supposed to be played like this, but because I can. Well, I can, but it's not gonna end well probably, but I'm gonna try it anyway because it's funny. So it's gonna be here. And I got this T-49 currently being gotten by the medium, and now we got the T-49, we got the Chimera, we got the WZ. If I do this right, I can die with dignity here, which is the goal. Oh, he bummed it. You. Why are you throwing now? I think did he rage quit? I think he might have rage quit. I think he might have just rage quit. So that's a yikes on his part. Okay, what do I want to do here? Literally that close. Literally that close. I'm gonna send it over. Ow. Send it over here. So maybe. Yo! He screwed himself. Oh, he's giving up. Shooting the Chimera though. Give up anyway. I don't want to play this tank again. God dang it! Please get me out of here. No. 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 Okay, damage. Please. Make it stop. End my suffering. End my suffering, Jabus.
Let's go.
Alright. We got here 3 clanless guys as our top tier. That is always good, of course. It is certainly trustworthy, and yeah, I mean, you can see that I go in this position at the start of the battle pretty much every time when I'm playing not a medium tank. Right, that's what I would recommend you do as well. Find yourself a default position to start at. That's good. It's Leuven. It's just Leuven. Leuven. Hello. Hello there, Havok.
Enemy armor is damaged.
Oh no. Hellbilly 1 is dead. Oh no. Hellbilly down. Hellbilly down. Oh no.
We're immobilized.
Mate, you only got 1 shell, like, you found. What are you trying to do, buddy? It's not Lufa or anything like that, that's something else. Ow. J-Bond 007 fighter. I think that guy is definitely above 30. Mm-hmm. It's a kind of a bit of a cliche and from a long time ago, but everybody that's like underscore gunner, underscore sniper, underscore fighter or something like that, they're not that good most of the time. So, but we are losing. Then maybe J-Bond 007 fighter is a super unicum, and he's probably one of the best players in the game, maybe. Could be. I want to see this. At least this is another one. Hmm. Yeah. Oh. I'm sad that Hillbilly 1 died. Started bombs for sniper. Yeah, some of them do. Okay, let's say J-Bond fighter. He's probably like a super unicum. Oh no, wait, he's not. Hold on. How's Hillbilly going? Damn. Damn, look at him. What is this, right? Look at this. Look at this friggin' bot. So. Pew Pew Midfiggers. That's a funny name. That's a funny name. Hey, we don't even have any titties here. So that's a bit of a shame. Where's. So many profile backgrounds. But no.
Time to roll out.
Type 71. I gotta be careful here. Why does anybody still play that tank? By the way, like, you could just get yourself a T-125, and it's better at everything. Hello, Glory. How you doing? Tier 9. Yep. If I reach tier 10, the stream ends. Or if I reach tier 3, but that's unlikely today. Ow. It's a horror. I don't have enough elevation. I need to press the blue button. I need to press the blue button to get more elevation. I'm very depressed. Why are you depressed? What's going on? Alrighty, move. Seems like you did. Shame. Okay, those guys are getting a little bit screwed. Just a little bit. Screwed bad in Jesus. There's the hurry. Oh. Why is that so hard? I don't know. I mean, I know people that play it, but I never played it myself. So I don't know. Anyway, that's the point of the game. But it is hard. It's hardcore, man. Just play as Luxembourg and just win. Alright. Alright, the Breast Loaner. Thank you for joining. Just let me stay here. I mean, why wouldn't I? Everyone's welcome. That welcomes everyone. Sort of. Can't win a fair war. Well, then just win. That's your problem. That's your problem. You don't fight fair wars. It's the same in Blitz. Luxembourg's OP though. Yeah. That's why I said play as Luxembourg. So in Blitz and in real war, you don't want to win fair. You don't want to fight fair, right? You want to fight unfair because then you win easier. Duh. It's like if you play Blitz, you want to find unfair fights. I need to stream, well, Tuesday and Friday, but I might also stream tomorrow Le Mans Ultimate. Friday. I'll probably stream Le Mans Ultimate on Friday as well, so we'll see. Gonna do some racing, because I'm a race-singer. That joke is chewed out to hell. But yeah. Oh, there we go. Okay, Project has died. Goodbye, Project. Ow! That's a hurry. What is GNS? Is GNS anything important? Jesus. Christ on a bike. How long would it take to teach Jesus to ride a bicycle? Like, if he would just come back right now at his pre-crucifixion state, how long would it take to teach him to ride a bicycle? Discuss. Not that he will come back, because he's dead. How long would it take?
Our track is hit. It can break any minute.
Uh-oh. Yeah, he's dead.
We've lost the track.
He's a slight little bit dead. And I'll ask him. Okay. Son of God, you already know. Well, that is the lore accurate answer, yes, but
These guys. Find us another target.
you know, I'm personally not a fan of fiction myself, so yes, that is the lore accurate answer. But let's give the I want the realistic answer as well. One afternoon. Okay. But
Enemy is hit.
how long... I mean, the question is also how long will it take to... If he accidentally finds a phone, how long will it take to get him off TikTok again? Lower accurate. I mean, yeah. That's... I mean, religious texts is just a fiction book with real characters. You know? It's like, I mean, you've got science fiction, you've got sci-fi. This is now sort of realistic, real fiction. So it's like, reify. I don't know. Something like that. 2 days, 2 hours, 23 minutes, 13 milliseconds, 56 nanoseconds. But how many femtoseconds though? How many picoseconds? It's fan fiction. True. I mean, in the case of Jesus, literally is, because he didn't even write the damn thing himself. It was fan fiction by 4 other dudes that all wrote something completely different. Maybe scrolling on Instagram. Yeah. Oh, what the heck? The Minotauro just got wrecked. So, it is truly an interesting experiment, though. Like, imagine taking someone from 2,000 years ago and like just handing them a phone with no comment or anything, and just seeing what happens. That would be hilarious. Uh-oh. Why are they here? Alright, I mean, they got the Artiger up here, but he's got 4,000 DPM. Have a good one, Glory. Hiya! I've done that with time machines. The problem is, the dude that invented a time machine went back in time with his time machine to stop himself from inventing the time machine. That's why we don't have time machines. See? That's the problem. That's every time somebody invents the time machine, they always go back in time and prevent themselves from inventing the time machine. Every time. Shit. That's one of the good things about this vehicle, and one of the very few advantages it has, and it's good reverse speed. Now, not that it helps much, but in this case, it does somewhat help. We're losing though, and we will lose anyway. That's where all the ghost stories come from. Yeah, maybe. True, what if ghosts are just time travelers that need to find their way to their previous self to stop themselves from building a time machine? Interesting. That's an interesting theory.
Went right through.
Not a scientific theory, though, because then it would be proven. It's kind of the problem with that word, you know? Like, a scientific theory is like the highest level of science you can achieve, but a theory is just some guy speaking. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, 18. God damn. Four hit points less, and Trump's interested in me. Jay. Nah. I got died. And I've reached tier 10. Would you look at that? Yeti Sport, UA. There's Yetis are real. Yetis are real, people. You've seen it here firsthand. Yetis are real. And that guy just missed badly. Badly. What is he gonna do? He better get another shot. Come on, get it. Nah. Sad. Didn't get... well, zeros. You know, this map and most maps are pretty easy. If you have map control, if you have the high ground, if you have a semi-decent team that sort of has a clue what they're doing, you're gonna win. But if you got this kind of stuff, I mean, see, he's got the OP anime girl, you know, if you have that. See, they have an anime girl and we don't. That's why they won. It's definitely one. But, yeah, it's like, you can pretty much guess it, that pretty much the majority of bad players go City. Like, the absolute majority of bad players, especially in heavy tanks, of course, they always go City. All of them. So... yeah. We got double E50M. That should be a free win here. Now, I think the color existed first, as far as I remember. Because, I mean, oranges aren't exactly orange. So... poor E50M. I mean, help him. Oh my... why would you throw, buddy? Why did he... oh, GG. Oh, for fuck's sake. Yeah, GG. And the bad shot's running away. GG. That's how quickly you can lose a battle. Just like that. That's how quickly you can lose a battle. The enemy team committed. They went all in. And they won. Right, because that E50M didn't... like, the E50M didn't help his other E50M buddy. See, I can't go in there. I'm a paper autoloader. And the Batchet also didn't unload his load. He did not unload his load. They put all on red. Yep, and they won. Now we're in my most played tank. The Object 140. Which I think is a good fitting tank to die in for the final time. Whatever tank I die to is the final tank I play before the M2 Light. I say the fruit came before the color. Okay. Oh no. It depends, like, where it happened. Because if the fruit existed before the color, but the color was made by Europeans and the fruit was discovered by Europeans later, then the fruit might have been named. Like, the fruit might have existed, but it might have only been named after the color later as well. You know, it's like complicated fuckery. That was the fruit. Okay. I lose. So, oranges aren't orange. That's the fun part. Yo. There we go. It's dead. I mean, that 62 is dead. Again, look at that. What are the enemy team doing? They're pushing the medium side, and guess what? They're fucking winning. Maybe, guys, that might be a winning strategy. Huh? No? Maybe? Yes? Ouch. Dumbasses. All of you. So it's like, Blitz is an easy game that is made complicated by everybody sucking. You know? So, yeah. Hey. E3. If I die in the E3, that's the M2 Light. Because wood came from the French word, which they stole from the Arabic. Oh, of course. Yeah, a lot of stuff is stolen from Arabic history. I mean, pretty much any mathematical formula that's not named after a mathematician is from an Arab guy. You know, like you have like Gauss formula, you have like Laplace thing or whatever. You know, you've got all the stuff named after math guys, but then all the other stuff like the quadratic equation. Was it what was it? Minus b plus minus roots of something 4ac maybe, and then b squared. I don't remember it. If my math teacher comes into my house at 3 AM and wakes me up, I won't know. But that thing was invented by an Arab guy, so, you know, it's like, hey, we'll steal everything, but, yeah, but, now, as you may know, the Arab world is more busy with themselves rather than doing something useful. So... The speed running 14th century Europe. Roughly took it from GPT. Bruh. Don't ask ChatGPT unless you have to. Let me tell you something. ChatGPT doesn't know anything. ChatGPT guesses words. Like, you have your phone, right? And in your phone, you have that word suggestion. You know, like you type a word into your phone, and it suggests what your next word can be. Right? ChatGPT is kind of like that, but obviously, instead of simply taking information from the things you've said and written before, it takes the information from everything that has ever existed. So, in a lot of cases, an AI isn't going to admit that it doesn't know something or that it doesn't understand something. It's just going to invent something. You know, the Muslims are very strong. Yes, because they also hate women and want to, like, take away their rights, so they kind of agree with that, but, you know, yeah. Well, with they, I mean a significant portion of them. So, you can never address a group of people as all of them, because that never works, right? But the thing is, like, the difference between a Taliban or a Republican isn't their ideology, because it's basically the same, right? It's the nuances of how they act it out, right? But the basic fundamental ideology of a Bin Laden or Trump is the same. It starts off with the basic idea of, I'm better than you, therefore I'm allowed to tell you what you ought to do. But, because I'm better than you, you aren't allowed to tell me what I have to do. And that, the rest is built based on that premise. Right? Or it's like, it's this absolute truth. Right? Or it's like, you know, it's like, I have the absolute truth. This book right here, this book holds the absolute truth. Everything that's in this book is absolutely true, and everything that is against this book is wrong. Doesn't matter what it is, right? It's always this absolute truth that they hold themselves to, right? There is no, oh, maybe, or possibly, or let's find out. This is the absolute truth. I have the absolute truth, and because I have the absolute truth, I'm better than you, and I'm allowed to tell you what you have to do. So, yeah. Basically delusion. And obviously, people with that absolute thinking don't like being told they're wrong. So they'll jump even deeper into their little hole. You know? It's like, what is freedom? Freedom is the ability to shoot yourself in the foot if you want to, but it also means that everyone else won't get shot in the foot by you because they don't want to. And if you go to the hospital, pay for yourself. That's capitalism. So, all on red or all on black? All on green. All on green. So, but yeah, it's like that. I mean, there was a like organization of Nazi Jews. That was a thing. You know, it's like, you're always gonna have people that believe they're special, like, hitch their wagon to something that they're not a part of. You know, it's the same. You know, look at the people that were like, oh, Joe Biden's Gaza terrible. Well, look at what's happening now. Where are all those people? Huh? Where are all those people now? Guess what? It's still Joe Biden's fault. It's never theirs. It's always Joe Biden's fault. No matter what happens. If you drop a glass of Coke and now your whole floor is sticky, it was Joe Biden. All right. One of the founders of Latinos for Trouble just picked the last yesterday. Lol. Well, as long as it happens to people that deserve it. got lost. What did you even gamble on? And why would you ever listen to my advice? The Kranvag's named Gestapo. What the fuck? What the fuck, man? So...
Enemy is hit.
yeah. Let's see... what the hell is a Lich Lord? Guys, what the heck is a Lich Lord? Don't know what that is. But I do know that is a level 50 clanless 183. Shit! There goes why would you do that? What do you mean? What did you do? What did you do? Why? How? Don't gamble. I mean, only gamble money you're willing to lose. Only gamble money you're willing to lose. But yeah. But that's one of the foundational truths of American white trash, as you may refer to it. It's as long as someone else is more miserable than them, they don't really care how miserable they are, as long as everyone else is like even more miserable. You know? So at this point, it's like a submission kink. That's how I would define it. You know, it's like they want to be exploited and screwed. You know? Like, you can't even explain it any other way. It's like they're into that shit. You know? Otherwise, you wouldn't keep doing it, you know? I just don't get it. Oh well. But that's the problem of like a even a multi-party system, right? The problem is if one politician goes out and says, let's take a very simple example. It goes out and says climate change is real and it's a problem and we're gonna have a problem, right? Someone does that, they go out, and some other one is pretty much always gonna be like, that's not true, that's false, you know, and they're wrong, but they're gonna go out and claim it because they can. James, can you add me? Add you where? I mean, send me a friend request and I'll add you. I can do that. How's it going? But yeah, it's always like, what's the point? Uh-oh. Can pretty much sum it up as, in politics, if center-left and social democrats win, some people sometimes profit from that and win. If center-right parties win, rich people benefit from that, and everyone else doesn't really profit much, but whatever. If far right wins, then people get shot and die, and if extreme left win, then everyone starves to death or also gets shot. So, like Pol Pot and stuff. So, yeah. Guess what? Guess what? We live in fucking society, and we adhere to this thing called time. And time doesn't go backward, it goes forward. Right? It goes fucking forward. So if you don't look at things, if you don't see, okay, that works, we can keep that because it works, and that doesn't work, we need to change that, then it's bullshit. But most of the time, it's not done by analysis, it's done by feels. You know, I feel like this is not good, or I feel like this is, you know, whatever. It's always about them feels. Nobody ever thinks, everyone always just feels. Like, the opposite of thinking isn't not thinking, it's feeling. Alright. And there are many instances where thinking is the worst option. There are a lot of instances where thinking should be the only option. Mm. Alright. Like these guys that didn't think at all. They felt like, hey, could have sorted some shit out because I lost. Why would you gamble, man? Why? Why? Just why? Do not gamble. And don't try to win back money you lose because then you lose even more. Just don't gamble. Don't play roulette because your statistical chance to win is below 50%, so you'll always lose. That's why I said green. The green 0 in roulette exists to make it not 50-50, right? Because if you have red and black equally spread, you've got 50-50 chance of winning. So on average, if you play an infinite amount of roulette games and you bet on either, like I'd say you bet on red every time, and you play an infinite amount of roulette games, in the end, you'll end up with the same amount that you started with. Right? But because of that 0, it now drops your chance from 50-50 to like 48-48. And now you start losing. Right? If you play an infinite amount of games and you put on red or black. Because of that green 0, you will not win. And it's by design. It's the same way that Blitz offers are structured, right? They're there to present a fair image. Like, they look like they're fair. They look like they're a good deal for you. But they only look like that. They're not like that. Right? I want a match in the most important tank in the entire game. What's that? Come on! There's only 5. Are we ever gonna get an M2 light battle? Ever again? Because that would be a pretty damn shame to never get M2 lights again. That is a shame. Guys, I think this game is dead. I think this game is dead because a year ago I didn't have any problems getting an M2 light battle. Sometimes it took a little bit of waiting time, but most of the time, like 70% of streams at least, I got an M2 light match. Right? But now, this year, pretty much don't get any at all. I've maybe gotten like 20%, 30% maybe M2 light within 5 minutes. So maybe that is an indication that the game is dying. Badly. If there's nobody in tier 1 even. So We'll see. The internet is dead. Well, it is full of bots, true, mostly Russian bots, trying to tell you that, I don't know, crabs cause the gay, or something like that. But the internet's kind of screwed now. Here's the thing. I can't invent too many random conspiracy theory examples that are definitely not true, because you betcha. If you post that on the internet, someone's gonna believe that, right? Someone's gonna be believing that, you know? There are people that believe that eating soy makes you a woman. You know? I think we could convince people, probably thousands of people, that eating crabs makes someone gay. Because it doesn't matter how bullshit the story is. Some people will always believe it. And we're not getting a match with this damn tank. That is a shame. That is a damn shame. Don't look at my win rate. I mean, you have 700 battles. What am I gonna do? You have 700 battles. You're new. Just try your best. Pay attention. Think about what you're doing. You know, if you die, think about why that happened, you know? Did you push too much? Did you get yourself in a bad position? You know, try to learn the maps. Where do you need to go? How to position yourself. You know, try to learn every battle. Right? That way you're going to improve, and you won't have that kind of win rate at 5,000 battles. Definitely not if you just think about what you're doing, mostly. How much stuff I doing? So it kind of sucks that that thing is reflective, right? Because you can see the light here. You can see this one here. Kind of sucks that that thing is reflective. Wait, hold on. Because you see that. This is not that light back there. You know, I got another one here. So go back on the freaking. Alright. Can we get a match in tier 3 at least? I mean, if we can't even get a match in tier 3 anymore, what would that mean? Thank you for subscribing, and welcome to the last battle of the stream, where I try to play the M2 light, but that doesn't work, so I have to play the M3 light, which also doesn't work, it seems. How you going? It was my bad. I just put a customer's frame together and forgot to put the armor. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. That is impressive. That is impressive. Well done. You have to truly manage to do that. Congratulations. Well, it'll work out next time. Don't worry. It'll work out next time.
Есть пробитие. Командир контужен. Видимость снижена.
There's someone camping in the back as well. I don't think we're gonna win this one. Don't think we're gonna win this one, lads. Sad, sad, sad. What the f... is that back there? Get wrecked. Who is that? Who is it? It's the Sentinel, okay. The AC-1 Sentinel is a camping little man or woman or them. I don't know. Oh, there he is. Ah, I'm gonna die. I got died by crazy red horse. Sad. And with that horrible disappointment, ladies and gentlemen, that is it for today. Only play fun modes? Well then. Keep having fun then. Don't worry too much about it. As long as you carry your own weight, you're all fine. So, with that said, thank you for watching, everyone. Oh, we're in. Ooh, nice. Very, very nice. Very nice indeed. All right. Now, thank you very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed. And as always, stay safe. Don't die. Goodbye.